Thanks, Ceann Comhairle. Minister, we're told that in less than 10 days' time, the permanent TSB will shut down its payments into the defined benefit pension scheme and will move over to a defined contribution scheme. And I think the points made by the other deputies are very relevant. This is an absolutely enormous blow to over 1,200 people who had a reasonable expectation that they could retire with some degree of certainty as to having their living standards protected. I've no doubt they had made plans with their families and so on, and instead, almost overnight, they faced the prospect of having to live out the rest of their years, having paid into a pension scheme all their life in relative poverty. And the issue that the reason why we're raising this now is that you actually do have the power to do something about this. When the government sold the TSB to Irish Life, it was adequately funded. Contributions have not been kept up. Your government has failed in the legislation that's before the House next week to deal with the priority system where defined pension benefit schemes are in jeopardy. Now, not only IBEC but the unions involved have said they don't want the scheme shut down. They want to look at alternative ways in which this issue can be dealt with. And it is sickening to think that this proposal is coming off the back of a cost-saving measure when you have the enormous fees and payments being made to board members, not just those in a full-time capacity, but part-time directors who are getting more for attending a couple of meetings a year in an average payment when you spread it out over the year than people who retired and worked decades in the banking system would be deserving. So we are asking you, Minister, to look at this issue, to call a halt, to instruct the bank not to shut down the defined benefit scheme, to enter talks under the auspices of the LRC or whomever to come up with a fairer answer that doesn't leave people in the latter years of their life pauperised, having worked all their life for a decent pension.